Welcome back to the SMT YouTube channel. In this video, I'd like to discuss a couple of things. One of them being, which iPhones offer the best value to performance ratio. No, basically, you get those two angles, right? What you pay and what you get. Price is what you pay, value is what you get, right? So we'll talk about that. But also an update, kind of like, I guess, a correction to a previous report about buying iPhones from T-Mobile. All right, so let's start there, actually. So I made a video recently and posted information from an article that was claiming that T-Mobile was doing away with 24-month financing. And I think that report is erroneous, and I don't think it's true. Many people have reached out to me and mentioned that they have the option to not, I guess the way they phrased it is, the report had it as 36-month installments, right, for bill credits on like a trade-in deal, and purchasing a new iPhone, right? So that's basically a 3-year lock-in, right? So that's what the article was claiming. So I was kind of using that to kind of mention, that T-Mobile may have been changing directions in how they finance phones. But it looks like that's not the case. It looks like you still have the option to buy iPhones and do trade-ins on 24-month installments. So I'm not sure why or how the report itself was generated and where they got their information from, but a lot of people within the comments of my videos, plus folks that I've known for a long time who I do trust, told me that they went shopping, went into the T-Mobile app, did all that, and saw the 24-month installment options. So I guess that report was not true. So I wanted to get that out of the way first and obviously give you guys that update and let you know that that is indeed the case. So now that we got that fixed, I want to take a look at the iPhone 17 lineup. All right, you actually have a handful of phones here. Well, I should say 4 phones. You have the iPhone 17, right, the base entry version of the flagship. Then you have the 17 Pro, the 17 Pro Max, those being your more capable devices with additional features and better hardware and those kind of things. And then you have the entrance of the iPhone Air, a super sleek, skinny, slim model iPhone. Now, let's take a look at these 4 phones, what you get and how much you're paying. All right, now, if we're just going to be talking value, what you pay and what you get, the best deal is definitely the iPhone 17. And the reason why I say that is because based on how much you're paying, that is probably the lowest cost flagship of all the major brands and devices that are available in North America. So like you look at the Google Pixel phones, you look at the Samsung Galaxy S Galaxy series, the iPhone 17 is priced the best in terms of just you're getting a flagship and that's how much you're paying. The price remains the same compared year over year, but got a nice little bump in storage in that entry-level model. So going from 128 gig to 256 gig. So that's good. That's a good thing. I think there's value to that iPhone based on, getting access to iCloud services, FaceTime, iMessage, full app integration, and those kind of things. Like, that's probably the best way to do this if you're trying to keep costs down. Now, if you're looking for the most capable device, you have your choice between the 17 Pro and the 17 Pro Max. And really the only difference there is going to be battery size and display size. I think the rest of it, in terms of the experience, is probably mostly the same. I'm not sure about any internals that might be different necessarily, but the price difference between the regular sized 17 Pro and the max size 17 Pro is a difference of $100. So if the battery life might be important to you or the screen real estate might be more important to you, I'm not sure what else is actually different between the two phones. That's the direction to go. I think you get faster charging speeds by going with a Pro model. I think you get additional camera hardware and performance features. There's a reason to go with a Pro. Is it worth the additional $200-300? When you think about it, right? 800 versus 1100, or 800 versus 1200. And of course, if you go up in storage, you will be paying for it. But yeah, those are some factors. I still think to this day, if it's just about getting into the iPhone world, being in the iPhone world, the better option is the 17 in terms of price. But hey, you might like the iPhones and what the Maxes bring to the table, so that's worth it. Now, the one phone I have to say does not fit, does not belong, and that is the iPhone Air. I actually can really appreciate what Apple was doing here, trying to make kind of a slim, sleek, slender phone to kind of bring something new to the lineup. they've been trying some new stuff, 16E, and they had the smaller phone a few years ago, and they had the Plus model, and, they've been trying some different things to create some diversity within their lineup. But a price point of $999 with what I consider to be inferior hardware, you're getting the Apple C1X modem, while the 17 Pro, and 17 Pro Max have much better cellular RF systems, just looking at the fact that those cellular systems are produced by Qualcomm with the Snapdragon 80 X80 modem. I can't recommend to you guys, as cellular tech enthusiasts, to go with the iPhone Air. I can't. Now, does this mean that since it's going to be using Apple's in-house C1X chip, that it's going to be awful or bad? Not necessarily. It's just, if cellular is important, if edge cell performance matters, if the carrier aggregation components matter, if the best performance matters, uplink, downlink, getting a signal on the edge, those kind of things. And I'm sure the Wi-Fi systems, it's probably better on the Pros as well, and the regular 17. It's probably worth it to stay away, because you're paying $200 additional to have a pretty much inferior cellular and Wi-Fi experience. And I get it. Some people claim that, the average user doesn't care, and others, they do care. They just don't know it. You know what I mean? People do care when their phone, the video feed is doing the little spinny wheel of death, and it's not doing anything. But if you had the Qualcomm Snapdragon, if you had a 17 or Pro or a Max, you might be getting a decent enough signal where the video keeps playing. And then it's at that point in time you realize you do care about cellular. You just don't realize it. See, everybody thinks everything's cool till it doesn't work. And that's what I think people should be looking to avoid, an inferior experience. And that is clearly still the case with Apple's in-house modems today. The conversation may be different next generation. It may be a different situation next year. But if I'm just speaking to the performances for this year's models, I think the way to go, if you're looking for the best value, go with the iPhone 17. If you're looking for the high-end, more premium experience with the Pro models, they're viable too. You're just going to be coughing up the money. But if you get a good carrier deal and you're trading in, and you're going to be locked in for 2 or 3 years, you might as well just get the Pro or the Pro Max, right, to get the added features and whatnot, since you're financing. But if you're paying outright and you want to pay cash, homie, I'd just go with the 17. I might just get a 17. I don't know. Depends what they give me trading on my 16 Pro Max. We'll see. But that's kind of what I wanted to do with this video. Let me know what you guys agree or disagree with, and let me know what you think of these phones. Like I said, it's a cool design. I like the iPhone Air for what it represents, but at a $200 premium price point compared to the 17, and to have inferior hardware, that's a tough sell, man. That really is. And maybe it has good battery life. Maybe it's, cool and all those things, but come on, man. You're going to be mad when you suffer, lesser performance. But anyways, drop me some comments. Questions, concerns are welcome. Like, share, subscribe. Check out some more videos. We'll see you guys soon on the next one.